Carl, you and I both were big Don and Mike fans back.
Correct.
Yes. My morning would be Howard Stern. I listened to some Don and Mike, and then there would be replays of O&A in the evening. And I was working all the time. I had that stuff on the radio. I was a big Don and Mike fan. And when Don retired, Mike's show fucking cratered, and it cratered hard.
Yes.
So he went solo. He stopped doing actual radio. I'm assuming that was probably not his choice.
I agree.
And he starts podcasting. Now, this has got to be at least, he's been doing it at least a decade now, Carl?
Yes. The podcast? Yeah.
Yeah. So I want to play for you the intro to his show and tell me what issue you hear about a guy who's been podcasting for over a decade.
Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment. You can listen to the Mike O'Mara Show at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Let's get started.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show with Mike O'Mara, Oscar Santana, and Rob Spiewak. Now, here's Mike.
Rob Spiewak is still with him,
I was going to say.
Wow.
The Spiewak's still with him, and boy, is he a shell of a man that he used to be.
No, that's
but
too
I
bad.
want to point out, the first thing he said is, Mike O'Mara Show, Radio Entertainment.
Yeah, these radio guys, they cannot let go of it. It's interesting because like Eric Zane is still looking for radio gigs. I think he does have one or two.
Yeah.
Even the Drew and Mike show, they replay their podcast on the weekends on a station out in Detroit. Like these radio guys, just like they feel weird if they're not on the radio or associated with radio somehow.
Yeah, it's such a bizarre thing to me because later you're going to know that Mike is very much aware that he is on a podcast and not on radio. But we're going to get to that. And it's a very weird thing that that's in the opening. But he opens up the show. This episode, folks, this is their newest episode, has kind of a somber tone.
Okay.
Some would call it boring. That would be
I'm so
me.
glad you picked it for our 500.
No, I got you. So I want you to see this weird energy, and Mike explains to everybody that there's a question that everybody asks him.
Hi, everybody. It's Thursday, and the gang's back together.
Yay! Hi, Oscar.
Yay.
Hello.
Yay, Rob.
Hello, America.
One of the weird things about this business of show that we're all in is that part of our jobs, I ask people constantly, probably the number one question that we all get asked.
Anybody want to guess what it is?
The question they all get asked.
Why are you still doing this?
Yeah.
They
How are you
all
still
get asked,
alive?
everybody.
Before I try to predict that, I just have to point out,
Sure.
he's always been an old guy.
Yeah.
But man, he looks like if a combination between Barry Ribs and Mike Buschetti.
Yeah.
Oof. Low blow,
I mean,
sir.
when I saw that at first, I was like, is that a Muppet? What's going on out here?
He's got like a Titleist old man golfer's hat on and an Under Armour shirt, even though I'm positive he hasn't been to a gym ever.
Also, I like that they had to tell Oscar that the show had started because he's just looking down. They're like, Oscar, you here? Huh? Right? He's like, oh, yeah. Showtime. I got it. I'm here.
Oscar's wearing a nice blazer, a dress shirt, and then you got Mike in his Under Armour, and then you got Rob Spiewak under there in a hoodie. I didn't even recognize Rob Spiewak. He looks completely different to me.
Yeah.
But do you guys want to guess what the question that they get asked all the time?
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
I have no idea what that would be. Andy, you haven't thought on that?
Yeah.
How do you find the show? Where is this show?
No, nobody asked for that.
How's Don doing?
Ah, yes. How's Don
That
doing
should
with
be
his
the
lawsuit?
question. But the answer is stupider than that. Go ahead, Carl.
What's the show about? What's the show about? And it's diminished from podcasting has become part of the fabric of our lives more. So I'm getting less of, is it politics? Is it sports? And, and I always say the same pat answer, which is busting each other's balls. When what I really should say is the show is about our lives, our feelings, our mistakes, our successes, our loves, it's about
That's a little long, don't you think?
It's boring as shit.
I hate that. Yeah. We're just going to talk about our days. Do that at home.
Yeah.
Can you imagine this is the opening of your show? This is the opening of a show. You've been going 10 years. And the thing is, everybody's asking me, what the fuck is this?
And his answer is, I don't know.
Yeah.
We live, we laugh, we love.
So my next clip, though, they start talking about the podcasting angle of things, and Mike gets a little annoyed at a comparison that Oscar makes. So go ahead.
What about it's like Howard Stern without the sex or the success?
That's very funny, but it's also, you know, in the land of branding.
Yes.
You know, I don't want to take second fiddle to anybody on that. It's I'd rather have, and really no disrespect to Howard, who's
second
still
fiddle to Stern
mega
is a great place to be.
I think really, if we're in the world of podcasting,
Yes.
we should say it's like
Don't say Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan without the complete belief of every conspiracy theory on the planet.
Jesus
You walked right into that one.
Well, because these guys, they're so out of touch. They're like, radio equals Howard Stern and podcasting equals Joe Rogan. I
Yeah.
knew it.
Right. You're not second fiddle. You're not even 50-second fiddle.
No.
You're way
fact-
down the list.
That you are putting your show in any level with either of them is a crime,
It's
sir.
insane. How many
It is.
views does this have on YouTube? Did you look?
More than subreddit surfing, so I'm not going to shut up.
So at least 30.
They're
Okay.
doing great over there.
Got it.
They're doing well. I mean, I can't argue with them.
Yep.
So, what the fuck happened to Rob Spiewak? Listen to this, Carl.
But you know,
I always discuss it. I always I say we're basically a 1 hour murder procedural show.
What
And we
about
solve a crime every day
What about this? It's like InfoWars without the info.
and without the war.
Jesus
Good God.
Christ.
And the jokes.
Yeah. Wow. I hope the executive that you're pitching this elevator pitch to is on the top floor, because it's taking you all day to explain what your fucking show is about. The other shows that we do, it's a very easy answer.
Yeah.
Carl, what's your show about? Vinny, what's your show about? There's an answer.
Right.
This is
Well, this
embarrassing.
This is the problem though with radio guys, and I've said it many times before. But when you have a frequency and you have a time slot, people will hear you because they get in their car and they have that frequency. They like the music that station plays or whatever reason, and so it doesn't matter what you do.
Yeah.
You can just get on and shoot the shit.
It's
With a
wasting
podcast, you actually have to have a format so people give a fuck about it.
Everybody can't show up every day and just turn on the microphones and talk and look at each other and make anything interesting. That's the problem here.
Yes.
But here's
Do they have sponsors on this show? Are they making
Yeah.
money?
they're kind of like bullshit sponsors, though.
Are they local sponsors? Are they Washington sponsors?
I think there's a couple Washington sponsors,
Yeah.
and it's a long read.
It's always
A
funny.
long
Jim's
read, and that tells
Landscaping.
you- Yeah, you have to really, really do well by the local advertisers because they know where you live, and they'll just say, "I'm not giving you a check when you show up to pick it up, Mike."
Yeah, but
So-
look at, we got 130 views on that last video that we did.
Okay. You see this picture of these three people?
I
know
do.
I've been playing guessing games, but I told you this was a somber episode. Something
Yes.
very serious happened to one of these people
Okay.
this week. One of these three men had a stroke
Okay.
and ended up in the hospital. I'm not kidding you. I'm not making this up. Would you like to guess which one of them had the stroke?
I'm going to guess it's Rob Spiewak. Just because when he said that they solved a murder case.
Well, yeah, they had to kill someone off this season.
The answer is Oscar.
Oh my God.
Oh, wow. Really?
I had a stroke. The guy with the nice jacket on who's sitting there
Yeah.
smiling had a stroke like 3 days before this.
Jesus.
Obviously a little one, but I want to tell you something. This Oscar, he's got a future in broadcasting because he could tell a story.
Oh, good.
Wait till you hear this, Carl. Number 6, please.
I wake up. I actually wake up 5:30ish, 5:30 a.m. And I said, well, I'll start the day. I wanted to catch up on a podcast, so I watched it on YouTube, and then I threw on MSNBC. We had a scheduled rough, I think, 8:30 start that morning.
Yep.
And I was like, I'm going to surprise the guys and get to work on time today. Isn't that going to be fun?
Ta-da!
So, because I had,
Right.
I know I did. I really
Sure
felt that
you
way.
will.
I hit the shower at 7:20, and I know it was early because my wife usually beats me to the bathroom because we, by design, only share one bathroom because I'm frugal and saving up for a remodel.
Right.
And she said, "How long?" I was like, "It'll be a quick shower, I promise." So she's sitting at the like
What else
like
did you say to her?
Like any
What kind of toothpaste did she
90s
use?
or 80s commercial.
Get to the point.
When you have like your wife sitting outside or sitting inside the bathroom, like at the door frame, just sitting down, looking at her phone, waiting for me to be done with the restroom. And I wasn't even by done. I mean, I'm in the shower, doors open, and Shannon is just sitting in the hallway talking to me.
Waiting patiently because there's really nowhere else for her to be in that size house.
Correct. Well,
it's the only room she has.
She wanted to jump in the bath as soon as I was done because we were going to ride into work together.
Okay.
So, and I said, hey, I want to be on time period. Let's go. So I'm in the shower, and it's 7:20, and she's like kind of bemoaning the fact that she goes, I can't wait till we have another bathroom or another shower, and then we can both shower at the same time. I said, first world problems, we're good. Like, and I'm not even annoyed by it. I'm just laughing about it. I was like, I take a shower in 10 minutes. I hit all my cracks and my creases, and I'm out.
Very good for you.
Can you repeat the part of the stuff where you said all about
they have to have detail.
things?
Did you hear Mike at the end?
No, I got so distracted.
Yeah, I got it.
Going to play the end again.
He goes, I really like stories with detail.
Okay, yeah, let me hear that again. I'm
serious.
For in 10 minutes, I hit all my cracks and my creases, and I'm out.
Very good for you.
Yeah,
Thank
as
you
they
for the
say on TV.
I like stories with detail.
Yeah, they have to have detail.
Well, because again, he's a radio guy. He's got to fill time.
Yeah. Yeah, I
So
want to hear all about
7:20 in the morning, he might be taking a shower. His wife might take a shower first. That was 2 minutes of this guy, and I'm sorry to tease you, but that's what this show is. Okay.
They take turns like making hard eye contact while the other one's shitting. They're just like she's tapping her watch, looking at him.
I don't think she likes him very much, and I will get to that in a second. But my next clip is just simply titled "Holy Shit."
So at this point, I say to Shannon, and we're mapping out the day. We map out the day every day in the mornings. That's how we do things. Like we're like, this is what's going to happen today. We have a calendar in front of us. We lay it all out. And it was not stressful. It was actually a great day, a wonderful the meeting set up, everything.
When are they going to get to the fireworks factory?
I know. What the fuck?
I'm listening to this guy, and I'm going to sum it up for you. He stands in the shower. His face starts feeling droopy. He starts feeling lightheaded.
Yeah.
His wife had a COVID fucking blood pressure machine still in the house. She checked it. His blood pressure was sky high. Okay.
COVID blood pressure machine? I'm
Yeah,
not even familiar with such a thing.
I don't know. He said we bought one during COVID. I don't fucking.
It's one of those fads.
I guess so, yeah, I missed it.
She stuck an anal thermometer up his ass and took his blood pressure.
Here's the part I want to point out. His blood pressure is super high. Here's my next clip. Listen to what Mike O'Mara says next, Carl, and tell me if you remember a fun fact about Mike.
How does that work if we can just I hate to be a dummy, but since we're talking about this, all I know is I have good blood pressure, but I don't understand blood pressure. Please someone so what is the bottom number is if the bottom number it sounds to me like it's low, right?
No, my number
Didn't he have 2 heart attacks, McCarl?
Yes, and also when you're a guy this age, he's probably going to the doctor all the fucking time. They're constantly checking his blood pressure.
And he's like, yeah, I still don't understand it. I don't know. He's 2 heart attacks. He still doesn't understand blood pressure. Yeah. I just needed to point that out because I was going crazy. This is my last clip because this show is a snore fest. I want to point out that I don't think Oscar's wife likes him. Just like the listeners.
I put on pants, I put on a shirt, get dressed real quick, and Shannon does the same. She lets the dog out, and then I'm already downstairs, shoes on, wallet, emergency card, everything, and keys. And I say, let's go to Shannon. And she says, but the dog's still outside. I said, leave the dog. I was like, I'm effing dying. And she goes, we can't leave the dog. So I just left. So I walked out.
Good time for an argument.
Jumped in the car and drove to Georgetown.
By yourself.
Be clear about this. By myself. I drove to Georgetown Hospital by myself.
Jeez.
Wow.
This guy's my hero.
She's finally got an excuse to file for divorce.
Yeah.
I gotta let the dog in. I'm dying. I am dying. Yeah. Leave the dog outside. I gotta take care of the dog. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Where's my phone? Where's my phone? She's walking around the house.
Isn't the dog being outside a better thing than leaving your dog? You don't know how long you're gonna be gone.
House.
Right. Yeah, that's what I would have thought.
They could wave goodbye to Dad on his way to die at the hospital.
All right. Well, listen, she chose who her favorite family member was, and what are you gonna do? It happens.
This show is exactly all of this. It is slow and boring, and I don't give a shit. I'm glad you're okay, Oscar. I'm not trying to make fun of you having a stroke, but Jesus Christ, you are boring, and I felt like I was having one listening to it.
Yeah. How long is this?
The show was an hour and a half.
Oh,
I feel like having a stroke would be more interesting.
yeah,
actually.
seriously. Next time, can you broadcast that, please?
Who are these podcasts? WA